closer, you're more than welcome to move up if you want. Can't expect Jews to come twice in a week, you know. But if you want to come closer, we love it.
Real easy. It starts on humming. Then to either humming or ooh. Back to last time ooh.
Shabbat Shalom. It is a pleasure to welcome congregants and guests and friends, everyone joining us here in the sanctuary and everyone joining us online as we come together to celebrate Shabbat. We welcome to the Bima from our board of directors, Susan Baer, who joins us in partnership. And if there are any children, I think they all went outside already, but, they're hiding back there. You're welcome to move around, use the aisle to dance around. And if you need a bigger break at any point, Nora, you can head out to the Rosenbluth Seminar Room where the service is broadcast in. Let's ensure that we are praying together as one community tonight. Please find someone new to greet and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
met each other too.
All right. I think we all had the chance to meet everyone. This Shabbat, we are so excited to celebrate with Emma Akiyama Edelman, who will become a bat mitzvah tomorrow morning. Mazel tov, Emma, to you and your whole family who join you here on the Bima, your parents, Masami Akiyama and Jacob Edelman, and your sister Mina. Emma and her family are going to lead us in our Shabbat blessings, beginning with candle lighting on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And the Kiddush is on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים.
L'chaim, Mazel Tov. We can't wait to all celebrate with you tomorrow. So, what did you all do after Yom Kippur last night? Maybe have a bite to eat, maybe had something to drink, maybe took your shoes off, put your feet up. Anyone here start building their sukkah? No? I know Rabbi Mader was out there. Hammer, nail, you did it right, starting right then and there, right?
I didn't do any building, but I did welcome guests.
Oh,
So
there we go.
halfway there.
Our tradition says that after that final shofar blast at the end of Yom Kippur, we are supposed to immediately go out and put that first nail in the sukkah. If you didn't yet, it's okay. You'll have an opportunity this weekend to build and decorate if you would like with the congregation. But I think it's obviously a little more metaphorical, perhaps, that the work of Yom Kippur does not end on that day. When the gates close, we do that spiritual work, but what Sukkot and that metaphor of putting that first hammer, that first nail in the sukkah is all about that we have to do the work. We did that spiritual work, and now we go out there in the world, and we get down and dirty. We do that physical work, that labor, the things that we need to continue to do to repair those relationships, to do that hard work on ourselves in this world. And so we take a deep breath and release, turning from the noise of the world to the serenity of Shabbat, that it might give us purpose and help inspire us to continue to do that sacred work. We continue with our Kabbalat Shabbat singing, Hine Matov, page 10.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
With the joy of a wedding, we continue with Lechato D, pages 20 and 21, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם משוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
It's traditional to rise and face the entrance as we symbolically welcome Shabbat as a bride.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לכבלה, לכדותי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת, לכבלה.
We remain standing as we turn to page 28 for our call to worship.
Lay, 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 la, 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 lay, lay, lay. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Yalalai lai lai 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 Yalalai lai lai
In the middle of page 31, we read together, "This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, my sibling, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, my sibling, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim." And on the top of page 33, together, "As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael."
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
In the middle of page 39, we read responsively, "In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did,
singing on the shores of the sea, page 40.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilo oseh veleh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilo oseh veleh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai.
Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim L'chaim. Shelter us with your peace, and let all of our worries release, all of us beneath your wings. Guard our hearts, protect our souls, let us rise up completed and whole, all of us beneath your wings. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim L'chaim. Shelter us with your peace, and let all of our worries release, all of us beneath your wings. Guard our hearts, protect our souls, let us rise up completed and whole, all of us beneath your wings. aleinu. Sukat shlomecha nechayim u'leshalom me'ata ve'ad olam ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim shelter us with your peace and let all of our worries release all of us beneath your wings. Guard our hearts, protect our souls. Let us rise up completed and whole. All of us beneath your wings. Ooh, ooh,
Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you. We continue with Tefillah on pages 46 and following. Please rise.
Lai 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 ya la 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 lai 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 Adonai sefatai tiftach Ufi yakid tehilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalalai lai lai, yalalai lai lai, yalalai lai lai, yalalai lai lai, yalalai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol, Atah Rab le'hoshia, Morid hatal. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umkayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, melech memit, umchaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. In a moment, we'll be on the bottom of page 259 for our prayer for Israel. As we turn our hearts to the east, we turn to Hatikva, the hope. It has been nearly 2 years since the horrors of October 7th and the war and the grief that has followed. Yet, even now, we dare to hope. Hope that the hostages will come home. Hope that a peace agreement may soon be reached. Hope that Israelis and Palestinians alike can live with dignity, security, and safety. May we not lose sight of that hope. May our prayers tonight give us strength to hold it. Join together at the bottom of the page. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. We take moments now for silent prayer.
יהיו לרצון עם רפי והגיוני בי לפניך אדוני שלום במרומה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 לי
In a moment, we'll be on page 253 for the Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. The Hasidic Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav had a prayer that he used to say when he'd go out in nature. Grant me the ability to go outdoors each day among the trees and the grass, among all growing things, and there may I be alone to enter into prayer. There may I express everything in my heart, before the one who is full of mercy. May all the foliage of the field, all grasses, trees, and plants awaken at my coming to send the powers of their life into the words of my prayer, so that my prayer and speech may be made whole. As Sukkot approaches, we remember that healing happens not only in hospitals, but under the open sky, in the shade of the sukkah, and in the quiet of God's creation. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless all who are ill in body, spirit, and soul, and may they find wholeness through care, through community, and through the healing power of God's world. If you are holding someone in your heart tonight in need of healing, online, I invite you to write the names in the chat, and here in the sanctuary to speak those words aloud at this time.
Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Yishebeirach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn our thoughts from prayers of healing to prayers for gratitude as we reflect on this past day, this past week, this coming Shabbat, and think about the simchas, the special occasions that we feel are worthy of blessing. And so as you do reflect, if there's something that comes to mind, please do call it out. Emma, what's up?
Any big events happening this week?
Do we have a simcha? Do we have a special occasion we are celebrating with you this weekend, this Shabbat? Mazel tov on your bat mitzvah. We are so excited to celebrate with you this Shabbat. And as always, it's not just about you and your family, it's the whole congregation. We're all excited, and congregants will be there with you celebrating in our service tomorrow morning. We're excited to celebrate with you. Mazel tov. Ned?
This morning I graduated from about 7 months of physical therapy, and I was so grateful this week and last week to be here for services and just really have the opportunity to reflect on health and gratitude.
May your health continue to grow. Congratulations, graduating from many months of physical therapy. Yes. Others, who did I miss? Freddie?
Today at Friends Select, we had Jewish Student Union, wonderful fella, right before Shabbat, and we all had kava together, and we had a study session on Sukkot, and it went really, really well. It was so nice.
Oh, wonderful. Did you do the teaching? Did you taught that? Okay, wonderful. So your school's Jewish Student Union had a Sukkot teaching, and that is lovely that you are bringing some Torah and some culture and connection to them there. Lovely. Anyone else that I missed? Patrick?
Well, I guess since we're on the topic of education, I did get a scholarship for the year, so I don't have to beg my job for tuition assistance.
Oh, mazel tov on your scholarship this year. That's wonderful. That's terrific. John?
I just want to say I'm grateful for being with thousands of our congregants the last 10
Thank you. I, too, am thankful to have been with thousands of congregants in these past High Holy Days. And now, on the other side of that gratitude, I will say I'm really thankful to just be with the family again tonight. It's sort of really just the immediate family tonight, I suppose, right? Understandably. Yes. Yeah. Jenna?
I went to some of the high holiday celebrations or observances, and I'd never been to, so it was really beautiful. So I'm really glad I was able to come.
Wonderful to have people here for the first time experiencing that. So special.
Can I
Good.
add one in as well?
Yes, Rabbi Friedman.
The Clubhouse, our new after-school program, and also does camp days, like on days off, had their first Shabbat party today, which I got to go to as a dad, actually, and it was amazing, and I got to see my kids lead the blessings, which they've learned, and it was really, along with some others, it was really special to be with a few families there.
Wonderful, wonderful. We're so impressed with those leaders, those teachers there taking care of our kids. All right, for all these blessings, we turn to page 344 and join together in the Shehachianu. You can if you want.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
You said the congregation was really hoping for a long one, right? To stretch it out today. Just not enough sermons lately. I know. I'll try. Shabbat Shalom. I'll invite you into a conversation that our senior staff shared a few weeks ago when we were preparing for Sukkot, the next festival, the next Chag. And in this conversation, as always, I'll say our meetings are not boring, and we're very lucky. We're able to really find ways to bring vision and intention into even the details and all of our decisions that we come to together. So in this discussion, we were looking at the whole congregation's experience of Sukkot. And unlike High Holy Days, this is really a festival because we get to do the celebrating over the course of the week, we really get to bring different groups in smaller ways so we can spend some more quality time together and cover different groups in different times of the week. And we noticed that there would be actually a lot of our students would not be celebrating in the Sukkah until the very end of the holiday, which is fine. But in thinking about that, we thought, wow, that lulav, that etrog and lulav that we shake all week long, the species that we shake to celebrate, that lulav is going to be really sort of battered by the time our students see it. And for some of them, it will be the first time they see a lulav, maybe ever, and they're going to see something that looks a little tired and worn by the end of the week. And so we were debating, so what should we do? Should we set a lulav and etrog aside at the beginning of Sukkot and just bring it out for that very last day so that they get a fresh lulav on the last day? So what do you think? What's the thing to do? It was a rigorous debate. What do you think? Should we have the fresh one out at the end Or should we have the worn one out at the end? Is there a right answer? I mean, it's Judaism, so the right answer is always food or community. But it's a fair question, Fred. There's my favorite answers. What do you think?
Well, I'm their teacher, so my vote is that we leave a fresh one out for them.
Ooh.
I know for a fact some of these kids will have never seen a lulav in action.
The reality is, as their teacher, thank you for teaching the next generation of our wonderful congregation. The reality is, that for some of them, this will be their introduction, their very first introduction to what does a lulav look like, and you'd like them to see a good, crisp, fresh one.
Yeah, they need to be able to smell the etrog.
Oh, for sure, either way, you got to be able to smell the etrog. That'll be good even a week later, for sure. But, well, maybe it won't be kosher anymore because the piton will be broken off. Maybe we'll be able to take good care of it. Depends on the year. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You know the kids too well. All right, good. Any takers for, does anybody think we should use the sort of tired and worn? Jacob, what do you think? Ooh, it's like vintage. Yes, my kids love the thrift shops downtown. Yes, it's like vintage. Why do we like vintage so much? There's something about something that's been touched and used and has a history, even a week-long history. There's something authentic about the vintage. Yeah, the experiences in its story. Freddie? It's not fast fashion. There's something about conserving, making things last as long as they can, not setting them aside as soon as they don't look bright and fresh and shiny. Interesting. All right. Well, yes, Ariel. Show them both. Aha. Yes, I heard it under your breath, Mitchell, too. Yeah, I think that you are coming with the good Jewish Talmudic compromise, right? Because you see the good in either argument, right? We do want them to see what it's supposed to look like, fresh and new, and we want them to understand that on the last day of Sukkot, actually, there has been this ritual all week long, and it has been well used and well loved, and we don't want them to think that lulavs sit in the refrigerator all week, right? We want them to know that they are a living ritual in the congregation. Well, that's what we came up with too, because we just like to make things difficult for our building staff whenever we can. We are hoping to have the old and the new, more than one, so that those who are celebrating, especially our students towards the end of the week, get to experience both. Yeah. And there was a feeling, and I did feel like if it's just the new and shiny, it didn't feel authentic enough to one of the lessons about Sukkot that we're trying to teach, which is that actually exposure to the elements is the whole point of Sukkot, that we don't shield and protect as much on Sukkot. We actually try to have some more interaction with the world, even with the difficult elements of the world, and try not to shield ourselves. So recall with me, what is it about a sukkah? That is this hut, right? This hut that is outdoors and exposed throughout the week of Sukkot. What is it about the sukkah, the symbol, that brings us into the philosophy around being more exposed to the elements? What do we know about the sukkah? What do we know that brings us into interaction? Yes, Freddie? Yes, so the schach, the roof, has to be have openings in it so that you can see the sky, so you can see the stars. There should be more shade than sun, so you're not totally out in the open. But the schach is going to allow the rain in. And we know this because there is a stipulation that if there's so much rain that it spoils your soup, then you're supposed to go inside for dinner, right? Because I told you, food, always the answer, right? So the soup is actually more important. It's the soup evacuation policy. Is you need to be able to enjoy your food, and your soup should not be diluted, right? So good. So that reminds us that we can feel the rain, that the roof cannot be so strong that we wouldn't experience the weather. Good. What else reminds us that the sukkah is not this like protection, complete protection from the outside world? What else, Ellen? Right, it doesn't have 4 complete walls. It has 3 walls, and then it's open or a partial. Great. So that's not how you would build a house. Right away, there's everything you're looking at says this is different. Good. Anything else? What else, Jeffrey? Yes, it's not meant to be permanent. It's only up for Sukkot. If you have a gazebo in your backyard, I know we live in Philadelphia, nobody has a gazebo or a backyard, but if you have a gazebo in your backyard, that doesn't count because that's up all year. That is a permanent structure, even though it is an open structure in nature. Good. So it has to be temporary, it has to be open to the weather, to the rain, and it has to be not a complete 4-walled structure. All of these things, as soon as you look at it, you are getting the message that this is a symbol that brings us into contact with that which is around us. In these days in between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, while we are shifting, I think it's an interesting time to think about the indoor protected, where we were for these last days of the High Holy Days in this beautiful, glorious sanctuary, but quite indoors, versus outside and interacting in the world. It called to mind for me a book that I really appreciate by Oliver Berkman called 4,000 Weeks, titled 4,000 Weeks because on average, that's how long we live. It doesn't sound very long, does it? Right, that's the point, right? And I think his essential argument is that society's problem is that we are trying for more than 4,000 weeks, or however long we will get, and instead we should focus on making it a better 4,000 weeks, a more intentionally lived and relationally built 4,000 weeks. And so he says, we used to go to the store and we used to take a little more time to accomplish our tasks, and now we're so hurried that we accomplish our tasks quite quickly by just ordering it all online, but it doesn't really bring us into contact with so many people, and we miss out on the world around us without that friction. He says, imagine instead we were still going to the store. We would still be seeing the person who is behind the desk, the clerk, or we'd still be interacting with the other people online. Even though we're annoyed that we have to wait in line, we would still actually have some more interaction with other people who we haven't necessarily selected as the specific people we would see that day. A rabbi who I got to hear over Rosh Hashanah, Rabbi Victor Appel, gave the example. He said, so many of us work hybrid or remotely, we're commuting less. Again, we're so efficient with our time, but we're missing a lot of time where we used to just interact with other people, because we would see a neighbor on the way to the bus, and we would see other people on the bus, and we would overhear their conversations on the bus, and maybe that was annoying, but still, we got to hear other people's experience and be exposed to difference in the world just through our everyday activities. And now, with very little friction today, we may be missing out on some of the interaction with the world, some of the connections that we could be creating. And so, perhaps, as we approach Sukkot, this is a time when we can come outside, when having been focused within this beautiful space and within, in our inner life, we can start to stretch to the other parts of our souls and think about all that is outside of us and literally outside, outdoors, outside of our comfort zone, outside of our circle, outside of our household. And think about how those interactions, too, are a part of the year, how those interactions, those relationships, those connections are a part of the year that we might want to create for ourselves and in our community. And so I hope it is a joyful, joyful Sukkot, and let's go out. Shabbat Shalom. We continue in our prayer books with Aleinu, page 282 and then 287. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Be seated. Hannah Senish wrote, "There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But to the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember." This week, our congregation observes yahrzeit for the following people on whose shoulders we stand: Bella Allen, Lillian Young Auspitz, Helen C. Bacharach, Minna Bacharach, Francis Asher Ball, Estelle Bandler, Sophie K. Batt, Joseph Bell, Louis R. Berkowitz, Harry Bischow, Philip J. Blankensee, Rose Wolf Block, Florence W. Blumenthal, Ronald Boyask, Lillian Brandis, Benjamin Brind, Erwin F. Broad, Stanley Irving Browd, Linda P. Charleston, Abraham Chorney, Stanley Chorney, Elsie G. Cooper, Julie H. S. Daniel, Norman Deitch, Abraham Diamond, Maddie Gerasi, Jacob S. Dreyfus, Minnie Edelman, Erwin Ehrlich, Beatrice Ehrlich, Samuel Jonah Ellman, Ruth Feld, Eugene S. Felderman, Dora Fink, Melvin Finn, Victor H. Frank, Morris Fuchs, Sarah Cohen Goldberg, Selma T. Goldie, Ethel Gordon, Elizabeth Greenberg, Maurice Gross, Anthony Robert Gross, Simon Gruenberg, Paul J. Gutman, William Hall, Louis Halprin, William Hecht, Florence Hirschman, Pauline R. Jacobs, Clara R. Jacobs, Esther A. Jacobs, Zelda Jaffe, Henry P. King, Tilly Cobb, Henry Cogan, Paul Kolber, Samuel Korn, Irving Krakow, Elizabeth Levi, Jean Levin, Samuel Jacob Levitt, Janet Loeb, Carrie K. Lauchheim, William J. Luria, Philip S. Malikson, Robert Mazel, George Miller, Caroline Seidenbach Miller, Hattie Newman, Leon J. Obermeyer, Helen D. Pasternak, Elsie Surfer Polikoff, Beatrice B. Reinstrom, Corinne A. Ribicoff, David Richter, Edgar S. Roll, Philip H. Rose, Sylvia Moss Rosenberg, Alan Schreiber, Abe Schwartz, Rebecca K. Surfer, Helen Shakora, Sarah Baram Scheinfeld, David J. Sickles, Henry Simpson, Helen Snyder, Solomon Salas Cohen II, Irene Salmonson, Lillian Solomon, David Solomanoff, Harry Stanley, Isaac Stein, Dorothy Blumenthal Stein, Rose Sternberg, Sonia Gross Stiffel, Felix Strauss, Rosemary J. Sweeney, Frank Tapper, Harry H. Titleman, Aaron Teller, Charles H. Vendig, Elsie Weiss, Florence Willinger, Eric Wisnia, Grace Rice Wolf, Joseph Wotes. We add the names of those who've been taken from our midst, but not from our hearts, in these most recent days, for whom we observe Shloshim. Ryan DeSanto, Esther G. Fox, Thomas R. Markley, Arthur Reber, Donna Reifer, Thomas Rudnick, Randy Seufer, Paula Sork, James L. Weinstein, Bennett Weinstock. And if you are observing Yartzeit or Shloshim for a loved one whose name I did not call out, please feel free to add it to the comments or speak it aloud now. Together, we honor their memories as turning to page 294, we rise for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divarach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yamechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman karev v'yamru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam olmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yidromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah barechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nachamata, tamiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Hosei shalom b'mromav, huyasei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring comfort to the bereaved and peace to each of you. And together we say, Amen.
Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen.
I'm so pleased to welcome forward Susan Baer, representing our Board of Directors.
Shabbat Shalom. We look forward to seeing all of you at our event celebrating Sukkot next week. You can see all the details on the website or in the email we received this afternoon. Check out the full schedule. And don't forget, we are building the sukkah tomorrow at 1 p.m. All are welcome to come and help. If you are new to Road of Shalom, a special welcome to you. Please see our amazing team member Michael Sachs, who is waiting at the back of the sanctuary to learn more following the service.
Psalm 27's customary words for this season include the verse, "One thing have I sought from Adonai, how I long for it, that I may live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life." Rabbi Deborah Robbins reflects on the way its meaning shifts as we move from Yom Kippur to Sukkot, as now the house we are building is the sukkah. She writes, "This is God's house, but is God home? I say yes. This house of God where we live, where we gamble with our money, with our values, with our own lives and the lives of others, is not yet perfect, but God is always home."
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יברכך אדוני וישמרך. יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless us and keep us.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה.
May the light of God's Spirit shine upon us and through us.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God's presence be with us and bring us peace. Ken Yehiratzon, may this be God's will. Shabbat Shalom.